Hi everyone, this is Michael and this is the Emporium Outdoors. In this video, Esme and I are heading out to the Livingston Public Land Use Zone in southern Alberta, Canada. And we're going to do some scouting for fly fishing, and we're going to be camping in my hammock for a couple of days. So we invite you to come along and enjoy the trip with us. So Esme and I are on our trip to the mountains. We're going to do some scouting for fly fishing this year. It doesn't actually open until the 16th of June, so I can't actually fish, but I can find some good spots. The packing, hopefully you can see, is way more efficient. Those Princess Auto boxes really made a big difference. I also brought along the big cooler as well for all my food for the 2 days, and that's running off my EcoFlow just behind me, which I've got wired to the Jeep. It's got 12 volts going to that, 12 volts out to the cooler. And here's Esme. Come on, up. You want to say hi? Come on. You looking forward to our trip? Had a bit of fun this morning because I had a nail in my tire as well. Just as I was heading out, the tire pressure was low. I have the onboard compressor, so I managed to get the tire pumped back up and found a nail in it. And I stopped off in a place called Bow Island, where the guys at the tire place there repaired it. I think it cost me 30 bucks to get a nail removed. So we're in a good situation. So feeling good about the trip and can't wait to get there. Not sure about the weather so far. At the moment it's very warm and sunny, but I think the weather is kind of mixed once we get up there, but you can never tell in the mountains anyway. So without further ado, let's head down the highway. So we've driven for about 4 hours and we finally arrived at the mountains, and we've just seen a small blackbird cub, probably this year, very small. I'm sure Mum wasn't too far behind. So we've just got to air down the tyres. I don't really need it for traction, but more for comfort. With the tyres with a little bit less pressure in, that's going to make it a bit easier on me going over the rougher roads. So that's our next thing, but I'll just give you a look around and show you what I can see. So that's all done. Found the easiest way is just to use these little tire pressure, tire valve doohickeys. They just screw on, let the pressure out, and you just watch the tire pressure on the gauges in the cockpit there, and you're good to go. So we're just on the forestry trunk road. We've just gone past the fire station, had the helicopter parked up there, so that was pretty cool to see. And the weather's holding so far. I'm expecting some rain, but not very much. I think that will probably help to keep the dust down somewhat. But we're just traveling along, and the Overland River is just to our right hand side. And then it's going to cut to the west, and that's where we're headed. So we're about 12 or 14 kilometers into the Overland River Road. It's pretty easy going. We're just tracking the river to our left hand side, and we're pretty close to the BC border. That's British Columbia. That's some Pretty amazing mountains. But it's definitely bear country. Lots of sign around. So we're going to have to be extra careful. So we're just heading down to take a quick look at the river. Come on, there's lots of gophers here. Beautiful spot though. Lots of wood. Nice fire pit. So we've just passed the Old Man River Falls, which a little bit further down we just found this open area. Looks like a great place to camp and fish, but I actually think I'm going to head back, double back, because I found some a little bit quieter spots. This is kind of open. Had a couple of setbacks today, but I always say things come in threes. Actually, my mother used to say things come in threes, so I think I'm good now. At the basically the puncture in the tire, which I had repaired this morning. I broke my camera microphone that I put into my iPhone, little Rode thing, so hopefully I can get that repaired. I was using that quite a lot. So I can't charge up the EcoFlow Delta. Unfortunately, I brought the 110 cable thinking I could plug it into the inverter built into the Jeep, but that's capped at 400 watts, and I think when it pulls the charge initially, it wants to go above that, so it's tripping out the power. So I have no way of charging it. I didn't bother with solar panels. Didn't think it would be that big a deal. So at the moment it has about 85% charge, and I switched the fridge onto the 12 volt from the Jeep for now, but I will be switching it across obviously when the Jeep switched off. So hopefully it will last for the 2 days to keep all my stuff cool. But apart from that, it's a wonderful day and I'm really enjoying this part of the world. The fishing is going to be amazing. The other thing is the boxes are working out perfectly. I know where everything is. They're all labelled. I just pick the box I need. I'm good to go. Perfect. Very simple. And then overnight I can take these out if need be and then stick them under the Jeep. They're watertight, nothing can get in. There's no smells coming from them because they're airtight, and I don't keep food in them anyway. So I think they'll work out extremely well. Well, Ez, come on, it's time to go. Another 15-20 minutes and then we'll start setting up camp. So I think we found our little spot, and it's beautiful, very nice tall trees, perfect for my hammock. We have a down tree over there which I can just splice, just cut rounds off of that, tidy that up a little bit. I think this area has been used before. It looks like a hanging pole for hunters. There is a fire pit over there, but we're pretty close to the river, so Esme can swim to our heart's content. And this also looks like a pretty good fishing spot when June 16th comes around. couple of nice pools. She doesn't like it if she can't walk into the water. Es, go get it. Good girl. Got it? You ready? Go get it. Good girl. Come on. This is a clever girl. You swimming? Go get it. Good girl. Good girl. You a good swimmer? Give it a shake. That's me. So one of the reasons I actually chose this particular site is because there are lots of bears around and you can see some of the scat on the road, etc. But I want to be able to see all around me. I don't want anywhere I can't see at least 20-30 yards. Bears are extremely quiet, you can barely hear them, but I should be able to see them. So I'm going to build a nice fire to deter them, keep my camp very, very clean, do my cooking elsewhere, figure out where the wind's coming from, make sure I place everything that way. All my stuff is in airtight containers, so I'm being very bear safe. I'm going to be sleeping in the hammock right next to the Jeep, and that's, again, it's going to present something that a bear's probably not used to, and they'll hopefully just avoid it. So that's the plan anyway. You're a good girl. So I don't think I brought any stakes with me, so probably just gonna have to make some real quick. But more or less set up. I'm actually going to use a mat inside the hammock this time. It's going to be my big red mat. So my Climate Luxe mat, which I haven't slept in this hammock with a mat before, so I'm kind of curious to see how that's going to work out. But I'm going to get the rest of this stake down, so I'm going to go look for some sticks. Okay. So for the moment I've just got the tarp flipped back. I may reposition the Jeep so that I can actually pull it out. It might be quite nice. I think that's going to work. I do like hammock camping. It's one of the best ways to sleep in the wilderness. And if you've got the right hammock and the right sleeping bag and pad, you can have a wonderful night's sleep. So not much to do. I'm going to send my location to my wife through my satellite GPS, the Garmin Mini. Make sure she knows where I am in case anything happens. But yeah, what a beautiful spot. I feel very privileged to be here right now. Well, I think that's going to work. So I've got it hooked up to the Jeep. So I've got a nice shelter in here. I'm expecting rain for tomorrow. It happens, and this is going to be a nice easy way. I can still open the doors and get in and out. It's kind of tempting to put the Jeep closer and have it so there's no gap, but I think that's going to be fine. Any water is going to run this way off the end of the Jeep, and might think about putting the doors down depending on how things work out. But at the moment the weather's great. Going to have that nice airflow through the center of it, and we're all set. I think it's time to probably start chopping some wood. pretty heavy logs. So I'm going to be using the Freya axe to split up some of these logs. They are wet. Hopefully we can dry them out. Nope. Well, I think that's probably enough for now. Don't have too far to go to get the rest if I need it. Okay, it's time to light the little redwood stove. Gonna cheat and use some paper, my breakfast paper. I've just got some twigs. Stick that all on there. So just grab some tree sap, and those trees just here, so that's going to go on top. I just got my little peanut lighter. On this stove, the side just flips down, or the front, whichever. Okay. So I'm just putting these bigger pits on top just to dry them out. So just hanging out by the fire, having a good relax, listen to my podcasts. Esme was fast asleep a second ago. Hammock's all set up, and I did tie that front piece down because the wind and rain was coming from that direction, so just giving you a bit of extra protection. But yeah, what a wonderful day. Very happy. Well, good morning everyone. We had a very comfortable night in the hammock. No cold spots, nice and warm, very nice. It was actually pretty good sleeping right next to the Jeep because it kept off all the wind from that side, so that was nice. Esme's already jumped out of the hammock, so time to get up pretty soon. I've got some bacon and some coffee waiting for me as soon as I get up and make it, so something to look forward to. I'm just enjoying the hammock right now. Very, very comfortable. So you may have noticed I'm wearing a new piece of equipment, new item of clothing. These are my Helikon-Tex trousers that I wear all the time, and I love these. These are actually one of my favourite pieces of equipment I own. But it's actually this vest. So I used to wear a Cabelas wool outfitter's vest, and I'll show a picture of that. And if you've been a viewer for a while, you'll probably recognise that vest. But I lost it when we moved back in August 2021. I guess one box went missing, and it had Helikon-Tex Patriot fleece, the jacket that matches this. I had to buy a second one, a Cabelas soft shell jacket, and most importantly was my wool outfitter's vest, which they haven't made for probably 10 years. And I love that thing, and I'm gutted that I've lost it. I've looked everywhere to try and buy one second hand, and I found a couple online, but they were sold already, so very upset about that. There isn't an equivalent piece of equipment, I don't think. So I'm very upset to lose my Cabelas wool outfitter's vest. If you know of anything similar that I can purchase, then let me know in the comments. This is so far my replacement. It's actually doing really well, but I know because of the type of material, it's like a fleece. It's somewhat thin, whereas my Cabelas one was actually very warm. This is actually pretty good. It's windproof. I got it on sale at Cabelas, and I think it was like $40 some, but I'll put links to it, obviously. But the cut and shape of it is actually nice. This is a extra large, I believe, and it's got lots of movement in it, and I actually enjoy it. It's got 2 pockets just down here, and chest pocket as well. But very comfortable, keeps the wind off, and just keeps your core nice and warm. I love wearing vests. I think they're very versatile. Always try and buy them if you're an outdoors person, slightly larger, so you can put some sort of garment underneath. That's what I tend to do with all my outerwear. I always think about, well, can I get a sweater under here, which I can. So yeah, liking it so far, but I'd prefer to have my old Cabelas vest, but this is a good alternative. So we're just heading out to do what we came to do, which was to scout the river. So we're gonna go a couple of kilometers each way from where we are, see if we can find any good fishing spots, and then I'm going to mark them on my GPS. Okay, so just got back from a little scouting trip. Took probably about half an hour. We probably went about 500 meters in each direction. It's a nice path leading to each one. So that's good. A good idea of where we are and what fishing is available. So this will be a good spot to keep in mind. So just built up the fire from our walk earlier, so that's going well. I had to cut another round of log, and I just spent time splitting that up. I'm going to build this up and have some lunch. So we'll just have a good relaxing time. It's very nice to get away from everything. So if you're enjoying the video, don't forget to give me a like if you like the video, and leave a comment if you would like to make a mention of something. And while you're there, also consider subscribing. That'd be a great help. I seem to be stuck on just under 30,000 subscriptions. I can't seem to get above it. which is odd. But anyway, who knows the mind of YouTube? Yes.
Very good.
So we do have a bit of rain coming down at the moment. Nothing drastic. It's pulled everything under the Superfly tarp. It's doing an excellent job. And I think the fire is going to be fine. I'll just keep that loaded up, and I think it should last through the little shower. I think it's going to rain tonight between 9 o'clock in the evening and 11. It's like 70% chance, so we'll have to get ready for that. Yeah, these are my LL Bean shoes. Had those for a long time. If you can see on that one lip, Esme chewed that as a puppy. So these are probably about 8 years old. 7 to 8 years old. And yeah, had to repair them in places where the stitching came away, the leather to the rubber. And the insoles, you can order new insoles, and I've gone through maybe 3 sets of insoles. But they're probably the best camping shoes. Actually, just general winter shoes in Canada. You can go out in the garden in snow, and obviously with my camping in winter, this is all I take with me. There's something to change into. They work really good. Well, the EcoFlow Delta is doing a great job. I've charged up my chainsaw battery, even though it's not really down too much, and we're down to 34%, but it's because it's pulling so much power at the moment. I've charged up more or less everything. Cameras, the fridge has been running all this time, and now I'm doing the battery. So yeah, it really helps with being extended tripping. When I'm out in the field, one of the things I like to do is just touch up all my knives that I have with me, and I use a Falkneven DC4 and a little custom 3D printed case that I made a few videos back. I find it very relaxing to do this, and it just keeps on top of the knives, so you don't have to really super sharpen them. All you're ever doing is really just touching them up. So it started to rain about an hour ago, and it really hasn't stopped since. And I don't think it's going to stop. So we're going to climb into the hammock and have a good night's sleep. And we'll see you in the morning. Good night. So the following morning I just started a simple fire to get some coffee going so I could get on the road. Esme was a little spooked by something. I never did see what she was barking at, but it's glad to know that I've got an extra pair of eyes looking out for me. So sadly it's time to say goodbye. It's time for me to hit the road and get the Jeep and head home. Had a very good time. Esme and I have really enjoyed the experience of a couple of days just having nothing to do and just to think about things and listen to music, listen to podcasts. Very enjoyable. So until next time, take care. Come on, Ez. Well, thanks for watching. We had a really good 2-day trip and I can't wait to return here and bring my fly rod and hopefully we'll get some trout from that river. And until next time, take care. And as always, thank you very much for watching. If you like my videos, leave me a comment, maybe a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe.